gains. It sets the land in 7 seasons, centuries have passed, until the day a hero named Merrin the famous task. Dark enemy, we love to play video games. We're not playing, tell everyone. Dark enemy, we explain Martin Hayes. Dark enemy, we sell my guns and more. As Merrin set off on his quest to Louis near the crew, the navigator joined the ranks and so did Mr. Q. Sailing for adventure, stories and for treasure. We will help you through, so climb aboard and join the crew. Deep dark enemy, we love to play video games. We'll keep playing until the early morning. Dark enemy, we explain Martin Hayes. Deep dark enemy, we sell the games and more.
Ahoy divers, and welcome back to Deep Dive Gaming. I am the Mariner with the mic on. Hot mic, hot mic, hot mic. Back again for more satisfactory gameplay with Satisfactory. Apologies for the late start. The spring storms hit early today, and so I am starting late. And I need to do whoopsie doodle. That's okay. I didn't say anything too bad, but I also realized just now I needed to take some meds, so I'll be right back. It sets the land in 7 seasons, centuries have passed, until the day a hero named Merrin the famous task. Deep dark enemy, we love to play video games. We're not playing until the early morning. Deep dark enemy. There we go. Okay. So, on we go. I have fixed up my control unit production by having rubber and aluminum casing delivered via drone. And I did not realize how much casing was required for each of those control units. 60 per. Yow. So, this is what we're working on next. I did get the heatsink started. That's over here. We'll bring it all the way over here when we're ready. We'll probably... So, this, if you don't know, is called a resource wall pressurizer. So basically, fracking is a thing in this game. So we use it, we put it in the central location, and then we put these guys as resource wall extractors on all the exits. It must be placed on an activated fracking satellite node. So I need to turn this on. Down. The attention to detail on these animations is so cool.
Well, what we need to do is figure out how we're going to pull this in. So we need rubber, water, nitrogen gas, and heat sinks for the cooling system. We've got the heat sinks in production. I don't know if that's... May have to leave these off. Patrick's is in stealth mode. Well, it was in late mode earlier. So I think the best solution here is to have this over here, but ship everything over here into this area for our construction. Oh, and Mojo, that delivery should be on Thursday. Whoa. You're in the way. Let's see. Problem is we're dealing with a hello, drone. Problem is we're dealing with a slope here. So I'm not sure how I'm going to build this. Because this is a nice area, open area, but it's slopey. So if I start anything over on this side, it's going to have bracers at some point underneath it. I don't know. We may actually be able to use that as a protection floor, come to think of it. Okay, so first thing is first. I think I'm gonna not touch this. But we'll use it as our starting point. Actually, maybe not. We'll use we'll put foundations in that are hopefully whoops. That's gonna be okay. Bing. Okay. So let me show you what we have to use to get the stop it. Why is this being like this? Stop it. There's an area where you do that and the wrong trees fall over. Come on. So the object, see, there it is already. So let me just build it. I'll show it off. We have this thing called a blender. Has two solid material inputs and two pipe entrances here. We're also going to need to use one of these for the fused modular frame, but that only takes 37.5 per cubic meters per minute. What we're really going to be making is this cooling system, which requires 150 cubic meters per minute. So that's going to be some fun times. That's why one of the reasons why I chose this resource well is because there's so many nodes, and it's also pure. resource well, so it should do us for both cooling units and the cooling systems and the fused modular frame. Why is this not letting me take it? And then I have not actually looked at how many are required for the thermal. Actually, I think it's a assembler or a manufacturer. Yeah, thermal propulsion rocket. That is the next thing we need to make. That takes 6 cooling systems, or 3 per minute. Because it takes 2 minutes to manufacture a thing. So we don't need to necessarily worry about making a lot of cooling systems. Probably like 3. Let's see, how many was the output per minute? 6 per minute, yeah. So we only need 1 of these, really, for the cooling system production. It only takes 10 seconds to make them. So that's actually really good. The hard part's going to be bringing stuff into this. And then I'm trying to think here. Well, we should probably do 2 because we've got this other thing called the turbo motor. That's going to need 7.5 per minute. We could probably overclock the blender to do 7.5 per minute. So let's solve the one problem at a time. Let's go ahead and say that we need 3. Need to supply 3 blenders with the nitrogen gas. Whoops, that should have been a 2. Come on. Zoop already. Whoa. Need to watch my range. Really, really, really wish that those were... Okay. Let me just do this. So we have range. Until we get enough base manufactured for 3 of these things. Actually, I don't know why I'm working on this. I'm making a lower level. It's a waste of resources and time when we can pretty much just put in some kind of architecture thingamabopper. Ahoy, Winry! How are you doing? Do you get electricity back? Okay, cool. All right. So we need 3 blenders, just for safety. Let's do 1 there. Am I really quiet? Turn up your volume. I'm at yellow. Mojo, am I quiet or is you turned all the way up? I don't know then. Maybe get I don't know. Mojo, how do I sound? So I'm in the yellow. On monitor, sound is quiet. Well, let me do a little bit. There, how's that? I don't want to speak up too loud because I have neighbors. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot? Cooling system requires water. Not that thin, I exaggerate, but they're also not soundproofed. They're made of a sound conducting material. Not a sound impeding material. So I have 10 nodes, 3 systems. I need to import water, but I think I've got that solution right over here. Alright, I know what I'm doing. I promise. Where's the water? It's to the west. Yeah, I think we may have a logistics floor. Egg crate mattresses work well for sound absorption. Yeah, well, what I'd like to do, one of my plans is to take a bunch of stuff to Goodwill this fall or this spring, early summer, something along those lines. We're in spring. We're almost done with spring, in fact, but my plan is to actually like take a bunch of stuff that's taking up space in my bedroom to Goodwill, open that up a little bit, and then move my setup, my rig into my bedroom where I don't share a wall. And then and then I can also control the lighting so we don't have to worry about this anymore. Okay, so resource well. Oh dang, that already puts out 120 per minute. How much does this need? $150. Okay, so copy, copy, paste. All right. So we would probably want 2 of these. And we'll see if we can make them perpendicular to each other. Thump, thump, thump. Does that look straight? Yeah. I think that looks good. So then I'm gonna I'd like to make this straight if possible, so well, that doesn't work. I'm just trying to get some measurements going here. Okay, so if we put it looks like, yeah, if we can put it right there, connect it up, then we can put a cross beam or cross watchments. Go ahead and do the pipeline mark 2. Just so we have enough. Because we're going to need 3 of these nodes. Or maybe even 4 of these nodes to connect. Whoa, that's not going to work. Oops. Let's see, this one can be, this one is the one that needs to be level 2, this can be level 1. I will live with that. Resting on the ground at least does not look like it's under the ground. We'll put another one there. Just the spacing of them makes it hard to like make them not look weird. So we'll just have to live with it. Alright, but that's full. Oops. I think we'll put that one. That's not where we're gonna join it. We're just trying to get measurements here. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that one I think can be. Oops. Mark 1. Ah, you jerk. Alright, so that's that part supplied. Let's actually get these powered up too while we're at it. Whoops. Just so they can take in fuel. Alright, let's solve the water problem next. We got a pool over here. So, whoa. I always forget about that. How many of these do we need? We need 30 per minute times 3. So a single water extractor should be able to do the job. Do we have enough room? Send a pipe through this way, maybe? We might. Though, considering that we've got all this space over here, I may just send these off, or do an undo and move all these guys further south so I can be able to take advantage of this a little bit better. But honestly, it looks like there should be enough room. I just would like it to line up. Hey, what was that? Oh, the thumper's going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my hand at making this even Steven with its buddy above, which looks like I can do. Oops, come on. And then it'll snap to that. Let's try this one more time because I forgot to see if it's going to snap to that, and it will now. Okay. All right. Okay. Hook these up. If I do this right, I won't even need to worry about head lift. There'll be just enough pressure. Oops. There'll be just enough pressure from the water extractor to push the water up. I didn't need to be deforesting. Up this little hill. And then gravity will pull it back down. Let's see. Actually, I may need to... Oh, yeah, I can turn left. Where did the water go? Okay, there's the hill. So, up this hill, turn right, turn left, up and over. Hi, drone. Okay. Whoa, that's as far as that goes, apparently. Hope I'm going the right way. I got lost. I'm not going the right way. Got close. Okay, I think from there it's just should be able to hit the water extractor. Do 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 do. I wish I could do a half a tick. There we go. I'll take it. Creature's in the way. Oh man. Move, please. Stop your weird floating physics and leave, please. Don't make me nudge you. I will nudge you. Oh, come on. Just gonna click away until maybe he moves. Move! Move! You Move! Go that way. Thank you. Right. Now let's make sure that the water will get where we want it to go. I'm thinking pump. Just to be on the safe side. Oh, wait. Think it'll be okay. This thing does not tell me what head lift it has. No. Head lift 10 meters. This should be 10 meters. Boing. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this. You can boing. Yep. You can totally Mario bounce off them. Alright, so that gives us that. Now we need to bring in a heatsink and rubber, and we know exactly where we're going to pull those in from. Problem is where are we going to have our dock? I might should still move everything down. Because I would want to have our drone port like right here. Well, actually, it does look like it would fit, doesn't it? I guess we could go up. Yeah, this looks unsafe. I can chop my own legs off. And I realized I was showing you how, like, using those half foundations as pillars. I actually forgot that I have actual pillars. So we'll use some of these. Actually, let's use the smaller ones. These look a little overkill now that I've put them down. We'll use 3 of them though. And then we'll also put some here. Actually, I probably didn't need to go that high. Well, we'll go that high. Yeah. Foundations. Okay. Now here's the tricky bit, because we can deliver both the heat sinks and the rubber here via a single drone. So we'll need to separate them out. Which means I might actually have to have a third platform here. which means this is superfluous. Move this one. To here. Same on this side. Oh, I know I'm being boring today. Trying to think of if there's anything I can actually talk about today. I've been watching X-Files. I'm up to season 3. In fact, I just last night finished watching one of my favorite episodes. Transport, ho, drone port, ho. Okay, that's not gonna work. Want to try and be even with that port, so it's gonna have to be about, let's see. Looks like it's even with the grill work, so yeah, that'll work. Okay. Move it over this way a little bit. Yo. Also not very talkative tonight. I don't know if I didn't sleep that well last night or if I just had one of those days. Oh, shotspot. I did not line up with the right port. I need to line up the exit port to that. Alright, now, smart splitter. I'm no help. I'm reading up on outdoor school that many might go to in a couple weeks. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to set this up about right there. And then the forward port, we're gonna go ahead and make that the rubber burr. There we go. And then the right hand side, we're gonna make the heat sink. And then we're gonna give this a name. What should we call this one? Because it's a multi-import. After a while, it runs out of capital names and just starts going drone port 21, drone port 32, drone port something something. Imports for cooling, I guess. We'll just need to be cautious that we have an even number of both parts going in at the same time. Actually, we need to put an elevator or a lift on this side. I think what we're going to have to do is not attach the splitters to the lifts. We're going to have to do something like this. Put the splitters on top of these guys. No, that's not going to work. We can do it on one. Woo! French Fried Toast has resubscribed to the channel. Ahoy, Frenchie. How are you? I saw the picture you posted of your office today. That was pretty, it looked pretty epic. Help us out. We need conversation starters. I think actually if we do these, that'll be okay. Saw an enormous honeybee hive at work. Ooh, did you take any pictures? No, that's not gonna work because we got interference. Oh wait, we were gonna do, I'm dumb. So yeah, I think if we put it but it's basically just a giant tree stump. Wow, didn't want to get too close and actually look down and yeah, it's still a bit that looked epic. think I know partly what I'm going to do here. See, I need to have a half foundation there, there, no, that doesn't help me. Trying to string multi-levels and it's without any clipping and it's not working. I wonder if I should just do it up here. Yeah, I think I might have to do it up here. Since this won't be as big of a load bearing, we'll just do a pillar on about there. Okay, 5. Hopefully the... Oh no, the cable might clip. I think this one will be clear. That one will be clear. Okay. So instead of just being heatsink out this side, we'll do any. Like that, and then I'm also going to do the conveyor stackable poles to make this look like it's reinforced. It's going to be a series of splitters all the way down the line. Smart splitters. I gotta make sure we do smart splitters. Also, we're gonna do Mark II. Whoa! That was not what we wanted. Oh, yes, it was. Okay. Smart splitter. Level 3. Okay, so this one will be heatsink, and then any goes out the next one. Whoops, how did I do this? And how do we fix it? Actually, we're not using it for anything. Oh, because we cut the cable. Okay. Can this reach up here? It can. don't think the drone will clip that cable. Well, we'll do that just to be safe. All that's just aesthetic. The drone's not going to hurt anything. It actually clips through stuff that's in the way. I know because I rode one and it clipped through a radio tower, flung me off. Smart splitter. Okay, and it's going to be this one we're copying. Except we can't copy it because it's sending out the wrong directions. This is going to be any, this is going to be none. Let's see what else we got. What else has happened recently? Oh, I did get a substitute. Do you know that you can't find a new Xbox controller on Amazon that's green? Well, like the main Xbox store doesn't have them. So I ended up having to get a renewed. I got a spare Xbox controller. And I discovered when I went to go get it that the Microsoft store on Amazon does not have green ones. So I had to get a renewed. So once I get my original back, that one will probably be my spare. Not the green that, like, you would think they would have one that's their signature color green, shade of green, but it's more of a lime green, not lime, but like. It's not the best green the color you can have. Just in general, it's not the best shade of green. I'd prefer one that's like Mariner green, but they don't make that color. And the third party, I just don't trust the third party controller. Like the green of the X on their controllers. Whoops, that should have been smart. Okay, this one we can copy. And I think we forgot to program this. Make this one as smart. I could, I guess, see if anybody makes covers. Okay, so that one's sending out rubber, that one's sending out heatsink. Because fortunately, if you look, these guys actually use the same number. 12 heat sinks per minute, 12 rubber per minute. So as long as we keep the amounts in the drone even, Steven, or even a wrap like a car wrap, but for game controls. Well, so Mojo, the reason I don't know if if I want to say that on camera or not. So the reason we're doing things the way we're doing them, hint hint wink wink, is because my hands shake. And I don't think I would trust myself to be able to put a wrap on without trouble. Like I even had a little bit of trouble with the grippies I put on my last set of controllers, or the controllers I got from my PlayStation. Those weren't as bad, but just I don't have the fine dexterity to even do that really. So I think I'm going to go ahead and say, oh wait, we can copy this one, right? Heatsink, copy. Oh no, wait, we want copy and then paste. Copy, paste, paste. Flinging a lot of pencils across the room because my finger is twitching. Alright, I think what I'm going to do now my only problem, I'm considering how to deal with overflow here. So if we get to the point where like there's so much rubber here that it's backs up all the way to the splitter, then it's not going to let the heat sinks through or extra rubber through. So I'm trying to decide. I think what I'm going to do is an overflow line. Send it across over the top. Problem is how do I do it with this? I have to Google. If you find something. I can't do the overflow into these because it's just going to go into the outgoing, which, I might have to send this a little bit further back to deal with an outflow line, because it's this one that's nerfed me. This one, this one, this one, this one. Those would all be fine. I could link those up, no problems. It's going to be this one. Unless I do something janky, like put another splitter there or over there. That might not look too janky. It's going to look janky because it's going to be halfway over the edge. But there's a fix for that. Little half foundations. I only need them right. Actually, we only need this one. So we'll put a splitter there. Actually, it should probably be a smart splitter. We'll just say any and then overflow off to the right. And then this will go just a regular old splitter. And then we'll put a merger here. And then this will be a merger. We have to put something, whoops. Stack a merger here for just a moment. It doesn't need to be permanent, we just need it there long enough to do that. And then that. So it's a little janky, but it'll work. So that'll deal with the overflow off of these two. And then we can put a merger here. Mark this as overflow. Actually, hang on a second. Might only need it there, come to think of it. So shoot out rubber. If it ever gets backed up, it'll just come out to the right. Oh, I overthought this entire process. We don't need any of this. Because if the rubber ever gets backed up, it's going to shoot out this way. I'm just allowing any to proceed through, any to proceed through, any to proceed through. So any overlap, there shouldn't ever be any backup. Any that can't be taken by these conveyors will just shoot all the way through. So we can just drop a heat sink or a awesome sink here. Attach the end of the line to that. And it should never get backed up. Put an asterisk on that because we'll probably find a way. They'll find a way to get backed up. And I also wanted to show you, I think we're still good on power. So this blue line is the maximum we'll be sucking down if everything were running at the same time. This orange is where we're currently at. We got plenty of room. Okay. So now the next obstacle. We need to import heatsink and rubber. I think we got ourselves a bot. Thank you. Alright, so yeah, import. So we need to do two things. We need to set up a drone export over here. We might also need to put in a fuel import over there. How's that for a big ol' honkin' stinger? Yeah, it looked like it was good, and then it was like, once it was like saying add me on Discord, I'm like, okay. And even if it's not a bot, that's not how you open the conversation. As far as vinyl wrapping, gonna have to ask Venti. Venti Mojo. Is that the oldest? Yeah, okay. Hadn't heard you refer to it as Venti Goblin before. Or Venti Mojo before. Or if you had, it's only been relatively new. Or it's been a while. Where's that one come from? I mean, I get Media Mojo and Mini Mojo. Where's Venti Mojo come from? Ooh, hello, Sam Site. Starbucks? Oh, okay. See if I can get all the way down without burning through all the fuel. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Also have a plan, I think, to bring in motors from up there into here to ship off. That might be its own drone. Okay. So we got heat sinks. And rubber. Actually, Deviants and Rogue Raven started that nickname. We just kept it up. Oh, okay. So I think it's time to play around with the priority merger. Because we can dial up like the priority of the ones coming in. But it's going to be even, so. Just simply sending in only to both sides should do the same thing. But let's... I haven't used it since I got the update, so I want to use it. Priority merger, that one. Low, high, high. Trying to make it even with the... I forgot to have an uploader. Okay, so let's just do this. Splitter. And then dimensional depot. Then we can do merger straight out. All right, we need to have two ports. One for to deliver fuel, and then one to send off the rubber and cooling system. And then I'm also going to build in, I think, enough space in case this doesn't work to have a third port. To ship rubber and cooling systems in separate with separate drones. Yeah, I hope it's not needed, but it helps if you plan ahead. No, that was the wrong spot for you. Trying to figure out where the next batch go, next pylon goes. I think it's gonna go somewhere around there. I have no clue why, but I thought it would be fun to have a gravel sound with the gif of a band hammer every time I ban someone. Another thing you can see getting very annoyed very quickly. Oh, gavel. Okay. Well, I mean, considering the fact that we're given a gavel sound in... Like, I wonder if we could use the same gavel sound as in Sim Settlements 2. And I didn't mind that sound. I mean, it's not like we're banning people left and right. This is not going the way I thought it would. And how do we hide it from Gazoo? Why would we hide it from Gazoo? I know he's had trouble with the auto moderator banning him in the past, but we wouldn't do that to him. Consistently, at least. I didn't space these properly. Oh, he gets button happy. All right. I think I see the problem. I did not line this initial one up properly. Wow, why did I get a welcome to the chat room? Remember the days of the Belch? Oh, yeah. No, 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 no. I fell out of the sky, got out of range. I also got this wrong. But this I care less about. Might have just taken up just a bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. See what the okay, heatsink rubber, heatsink rubber, heatsink rubber, heatsink. As long as the supply remains consistent, that shouldn't be an issue. Now just gotta set up our. Have a good night, Frenchie. Thanks for coming. Oh, shoot. Don't forget to... Here, don't forget to... There we go. I almost forgot the shout out for Frenchie. Okay, I need to... put that there. That there. And then, let's see, we need power. That was weird. I feel like I just went through time. What? Where? How? When? What? Are you getting unstuck in time again, Mojo? Shout out, hit the chat before you say anything in the stream. Oh, yeah, because of the delay. I've noticed that the chat is not delayed. So I could say something and type something in the exact same time, and it'll be a few seconds before what I say, or my speech echoes the chat. See, watch. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, send. Now, how long does it take to show up on your side? Or for the audio? Yeah, I've run into that occasionally, and it kind of sometimes throws me for a loop as well. The chat is definitely not linked up with the sound or with the vid. There's a whole 7 seconds. Wow. This port is going to go out to imports for cooling system, and then we'll call this one exports for cooling system. Port 23, we gotta remember that. Missing materials? Oh, we don't have any miners. Okay. Gonna make a bunch of these. While it's banging away, I'm gonna step away from the camera. I'll be back in a minute. Such a weird thing that the drones need the miner, portable miner. Yep, train is over here. Alright, now we need fuel delivery. gotta go clear across the map again over to here. I always forget this is a dead end. Whoops. Let's see, I think it's that way. I could totally take that thing all the way up there, derp. Apparently I left the platform. That's not the button I wanted, that's the button I wanted. Come to think of it, we need rubber 3 times over for the thermal propulsion rocket. So we need it for the modular engine. Wait, no, we need it actually 4 times over if you count the modular engine. We've got that production underway, but we need rubber for the turbo motor. We need rubber for the cooling system, which goes into the turbo motor, as well as the thermal propulsion rocket, so 5 times over you need rubber. We may end up setting the other drone, setting up the other drone for motors and rubber. That's if we produce the turbo motors where we got the nitrogen gas going. Not entirely sure that that's going to be our final point. We may end up exporting the cooling system elsewhere. Like maybe even back to that location where we've got the rubber manufacturing going. Since there's plenty of room over there for construction. Ooh. That's gonna be a one chewy meatball. Let's see, where are you going? Where do we want to put our next? Oh, dang. Oh, that's full. That's full. This did not get hooked up like it was supposed to. Oh no, yes it did. I think we're fine. Yay, saved the pizza. Good. I was thinking there's going to be awful chewy if you got there too late. Just extra crispy. I'm trying to figure out where to set up my next. It looks like we got room here. At some point we're gonna run out of room for turbo fuel exports. But that's the trouble for another day. I think I'll not worry about it until it actually becomes a problem. We'll do this simply because symmetry. Ow, itchy ear. This was wrong, but we're not gonna mess with it. Yeah. Why is my ear all itchy? Transport drone part. Actually, I like how that lines up. Fitting the fuel pod and the cargo pod at the same time. Port 24. Turbo fuel exports. Except, whoa, that's bad. This port, what was the last port? Port 23? Yeah. Should still be gassing up. Let's go for a ride. Show you what I'm talking about with how rough it is to try and ride these drones. Sorry if I was muted. Where are you going? It's a very odd route to take to get back to your home. See, we're out of sync. Oh, the rubber ran out. Okay. I was trying to I was waiting for this one to switch back to, or to get empty of plastic to switch it back to rubber, but then I forgot that it was still producing plastic. I did really hard. I wasn't actually paying attention to the camera. Oh. So the merger does nothing. Did you not get enough fuel? Well, I'll help. Actually, I need to stay here. Get a rubber production fixed up. We'll check in on the other side after I end the stream. Probably don't need to worry about blending or making fuel over here, but it's something for it to do. Ah, come on. Ahoy, Hachuku27 over on YouTube. Welcome to Deep Dive Gaming. I am the Mariner and we are playing Satisfactory, as you can probably tell. We're very close to completing phase 4. Just 2 more product parts to go. Probably gonna end the stream here soon. I think I'm okay if I set things up on the other end of that properly. Then the excess will filter out, and the rubber will make it to the factories or to the blenders. Okay. Waiting for this to go empty. This might actually be a while. Let's pipe this. Let's overclock this a little bit. 'Cause that's full. This is not. That might have been a bit much. Yeah, we were actually able to drain the rubber out of this. We had 2 stacks worth. Come in. There we go. Once that empties out completely, we'll switch this over to rubber. We'll be able to connect it up. We'll switch this from the merger to a splitter, and or no, we could probably just send this over there and okay. So we'll end the stream by riding a train back and forth, because I'm going to be here for a little bit waiting for that to empty out. Oh, train. Uh-oh, we got to fix that too. Our tractor's out of juice. Actually, it may not be an issue because I think our pipeline for smart plates is full. Oh, shoot. I almost forgot. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night. Yes. Stream of Consciousness tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern Time with Hiro from Lagging Out and Tirandeth, also from Lagging Out, but less so. We will be moving on to Final Fantasy 15 in our discussion tomorrow night. So prepared for a lot of Hiro talking. I've only got that and then one more week or one more game, and then that particular series will be over with. We'll have to find a different topic. I think it's going to be Zelda next. Going through the various games of Zelda. And I think that one might be just myself and Hiro. I'll have to do up a banner for that one. Let's see, what else? Yeah, we'll be back for more Satisfactory gameplay with Satisfactory on Wednesday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. I also stream on Lagging Out's channel Thursday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. Mojo's already dropped the link in the chat. Run him over. Ah. So I think that's where we will end it. I will continue working on my own. I will show you what I am able to complete on Wednesday. Until then, enjoy Satisfactory. Fair winds and fun gaming, y'all. Bye-bye.